Italy recovered from conceding inside 13 seconds to fight back and beat France 3-1 in their UEFA Nations League clash in Paris on Friday, while Belgium beat Israel and Wales drew with Turkey. Bradley Barcola had opened the scoring at the Parc des Princes with the fastest ever goal by a French player, but the home side failed to build on that stunning start and Italy ran out deserved winners with Federico Di Marco, David Fratesi and Giacomo Raspadori all on target. The result is a boost for Luciano Spalletti's Italy team after their poor showing at Euro 2024, when their defence of the title was ended limply by Switzerland in the last 16. Erling Haaland has been hammered by Norway's manager after they stumbled to a goalless draw with Kazakhstan. The Scandinavians headed east to face their opponents, regarded as minnows in the European football scene, but couldn't find a way through as they left with a point and no goals. That is despite having the potency of Haaland in their ranks as well as the creativity of Martin Odegaard. Olsen told, "We have two world-class players in the team. Today, Erling Braut Haaland was unfortunately far below par. It's one of the worst things I've seen from Haaland. Martin Odegaard flashes at times, but I have also seen him better. 1 point here is too bad. There are no other teams in this group that will concede points to Kazakhstan." Vinicius Junior's future with Real Madrid is not as certain as it once was, and there are multiple reasons behind him. Firstly, we all know about the issues he has faced during his time in Spain. Secondly, there are question marks over how his partnership with Kylian Mbappe will fit in the long term. And thirdly, there are rumours about an astronomical offer from the Saudi Pro League. It is believed that Vinicius has not ruled out this offer yet, and it is easy to understand why that might be the case. It is certainly a hard one to turn down. If Vinicius were to leave, Williams would be a great replacement, although moving Mbappe to the left flank and signing an out-and-out striker should be worth considering as well. Barcelona could put 4 leading members of the club's first team ranks up for sale in the summer of 2025. Ronald Araujo, Andreas Christensen, Eric Garcia and Frankie John as the quartet in question. Their respective Barcelona contracts are due to expire in 2 years' time. Interestingly, should one of the club's defenders, or John for that matter, depart, and Barca already have potential replacements lined up too. The Catalans are understood to have earmarked Bundesliga duo Jonathan Tah and Joshua Kimmich as free agent targets with a view to the 2025-26 campaign. Rodrigo scored the winning goal in the first half as Brazil defeated Ecuador 1-0 in Curitiba to end a 4-game winless streak in World Cup 2026 qualifying. The 23-year-old Real Madrid swinger scored with a shot from outside the box in the 38th minute, which was deflected by a defender and went in off the right-hand post. Victory boosted the Selecão's qualifying campaign after they had lost to Uruguay, Colombia and Argentina at the end of 2023 after 1-1 home draw with Venezuela. Kevin Bryan has voiced his frustration over the increasing number of matches imposed by FIFA and UEFA, warning that it could lead to serious issues for players. The Belgian midfielder believes that football's governing bodies are prioritising money over player welfare, leaving players with little time to rest and recover between seasons. Players like Bryan continue to raise concerns, but it remains to be seen if FIFA and UEFA will address these growing issues. Jamal Musiala has revealed new Manchester United striker Joshua Zirkzee tried to tempt the German midfielder into joining the Premier League side this summer. The pair enjoyed a summer holiday together during the off-season, with Musiala claiming his former teammate was doing his best to persuade the German international to follow him to United. Unless Musiala pens a contract extension in the coming months, Bayern might be put under pressure to sell the former Chelsea Academy product or risk losing him on a free transfer. On the prospect of leaving Bayern in the near future, Musiala added, "I am very happy at FC Bayern and fully focused on our goals with the club and the national team. I don't think too much about where I will be playing in 5 years. Things can always change quickly in the world of football." Speaking ahead of England's match against Ireland on Saturday, interim manager Lee Carsley has said that Olympique Marseille forward Mason Greenwood, 22, is not being considered for a recall to the national team. In his first 3 games at Marseille, the Englishman has scored 5 goals. However, Carsley has confirmed that form will not earn a recall. Mason isn't a player that we can consider. "I'm aware of how he is doing, but he wasn't under consideration," said Carsley, who is currently in interim charge of the Three Lions following Gareth Southgate's exit earlier in the summer. Real Madrid centre-back Eder Militao has left Brazil's training camp ahead of their South America World Cup qualification fixtures against Ecuador and Paraguay due to a leg injury, the Brazilian CBF said on Thursday. After medical exams carried out on Thursday, it was identified a small muscle injury in his right thigh. The player has been ruled out of Brazil's next 2 qualifying matches, and CBF expresses its solidarity with the player at this time and wishes him a speedy recovery. Liverpool legend Jurgen Klopp has been pictured donning the infamous black and yellow colours of his former team Borussia Dortmund for the first time since leaving the German outfit in 2015. The German coach is set to return to the touchline for the first time since his departure from the Reds earlier this summer. Klopp will be in charge of Blasicowski's team for the testimonial game. Ahead of the game this weekend, Klopp was spotted taking part in a training session involving the Dortmund players. FC Barcelona and UD Las Palmas have reached an agreement for the transfer of player Ivan Seder to Barca Athletic for 1 season until June 30, 2025. The agreement includes a purchase option at the end of the season for the Blaugrana club. Arsenal have seemingly received a positive update on the fitness of defender Ricardo Calafiori. Alessandro Bastoni made a challenge on France winger El Spain Dembele. Calafiori was brought down in the aftermath and required treatment. Calafiori was subsequently unable to shake off the contact injury and was replaced by Alessandro Buongiorno for the final 19 minutes of the fixture in Paris. Spalletti indicated that Calafiori had avoided a serious injury, saying, "We need to assess Ricardo, but with our staff, we have a good chance to have him back with us for the next game." Lee Carsley will not join his players in singing the national anthem ahead of tonight's Nations League clash against Republic of Ireland in Dublin. Proud of his Irish heritage, his reasoning for not singing God Save the King, the gap between your warm-up, you coming onto the pitch and the delay with the anthems. So it's something that I have never done. I fully respect both anthems and understand how much they mean to both countries. It's something I am really respectful of. England are poised to deploy Trent Alexander-Arnold in his natural right-back position as the Euro 2024 experiment of him playing in midfield is put to bed. The role of Alexander-Arnold in the England squad has been a hot topic, with Gareth Southgate previously experimenting with the Liverpool ace in a more advanced position. However, the 25-year-old hasn't always seemed comfortable in the midfield and is expected to play a similar role to his usual one at Anfield. Luis Suarez delivered a heartfelt farewell to Uruguay's fans after his last international match ended in a 0-0 draw against Paraguay in Montevideo. Earlier this month, Suarez had announced that the 2026 World Cup qualifier would be his final game for La Celeste. He played a crucial role in helping Uruguay win the 2011 Copa America and reach the semi-finals of the 2010 World Cup. Barcelona have finally settled their long-standing dispute with former coach Quique Setién nearly 5 years after his dismissal. The club and Setién had reached an agreement over the terms for his unpaid dues 3 years ago, which would see the payment spread across 6 installments. The final payment is due to be completed this week, bringing an end to the legal wrangling. This resolution marks the closure of a chapter that has lingered since Setién's departure, allowing both parties to move forward. Torino midfielder Samuel Rixai was one of the revelations of Luciano Spalletti's Italy team that lined up against France in Paris on Friday night, with outlets in Italy suggesting that he played with the experience of a seasoned veteran. The 23-year-old was on for his first start for the senior national team. He had previously made 2 substitute appearances under Roberto Mancini in 2022, but has fought back from the disappointment of being cut from Spalletti's Euro 2024 squad earlier this summer. Juventus is one of the clubs looking to sign Jonathan David when he becomes a free agent. The striker is running down his contract at Lille, where he has been one of the top attackers in France since his arrival. His impressive goal-scoring record has caught the attention of several major clubs worldwide, including Juventus. The Bianconeri did not sign the backup for Dusan Vlahovic this summer, as they are planning to pursue David at the end of the season. While they face competition from Inter Milan for his signature, another club poses a bigger threat. According to a report on Todo Mercato, David favours a move to Barcelona and would prioritise the Spanish club when making his decision.